That line. Oh, it is live already. Oh, what a surprise. So bad. Look at that. Those fingers are bad. Oh, well. Hey, what's up, guys? How's my mic, actually? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and sit down in this chair. Oh, look at that. Facing through it. There we go. Movie magic, guys. Movie freaking magic there. I'm trying to make it so I can see the comments and everything. Alright, there we go. Oh my god, yes, hello. I got the special screening and I thought it was awesome. See, I just got done with the movie like yesterday. I went to the Thursday release. I don't know if it was special screening. It was actually pretty empty for me. Like, there was like no one there. I think there was like 5 of us in the theater. And most of us were bronies, and then there was like 2 pair of kids, and that was pretty much it. That was it for my showing. I saw a lot of people showing screenshots of like just completely empty theaters and stuff like that. Also, look, oh, it's that way. Trailers are up there as well for a little other pizzazz. If this isn't enough pizzazz for you, you guys probably don't realize how long it actually took to do this, and my fingers are so messed up. But yeah, there were some things like I feel like it was a decent like movie, don't get me wrong, but I see people like saying like, oh, it's the most phenomenal thing ever. I don't really think it's the most phenomenal thing ever, but I do think it was pretty decent as far as Hasbro movies have gone. I'm going to see it. Yeah, I'm not going to do any too major spoilers. I am going to say I'm disappointed with the CG. The animation, like, you know how they changed the style or whatever, that has since grown on me, and I'm sliding out of my chair here. Why is it static? It's not supposed to be static. There we go. Gosh, dang it, chair. Move. Oh well. I can't do anything there. Oh well. But you're awesome. Thanks. I was the first one on the stream. Which, oh, cool. This stream. I was like, wait, what stream are you talking about? This way. Okay, this way. I'm trying to figure all this out. Make a face reveal. I'm kind of wearing a gas mask here. I can't take it off. It'd be very painful to rip it off. How are you? I'm doing good, mate. Like I was saying though, the CG on the movie felt pretty bad to me overall. Like, if you see in the trailer here, like, some of the CG already looks bad, but it's really paramount to like PlayStation 2 graphics. Like, some of the textures are just really bad. I like see the windmill. Like, we were led to believe that that was just like working copies, which I always thought was weird because it was a globally released trailer, and so you're telling me you're releasing like the working copy to the entire world, which is like supposed to be your whole hey guys, this is how our movie is, this is how it's supposed to look or whatever, and you're telling me that it's only partly rendered. That doesn't really add up to me, at least personally. But I did feel like it could have been, I feel like it could have been salvaged maybe with better lighting even. Like, it felt like the lighting was also just highlighting how bad the CG was. Because it was like, you look at the ship, like you see the ship's shadow, like how dark it is compared to everything else. And I know it's supposed to be dark, it's supposed to be in the shadow, but it's just such a stark contrast that just doesn't seem right. I saw the movie yesterday. Yeah. What did you guys think about the movie? I mean, like, I see some people saying it's only like a 5 out of 10. Personally, I'd give it probably around a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6, something like that. Like, you have to also remember that the movie isn't aiming for, you know, us. Like, it's not aiming for adults who are gonna sit here and overanalyze everything, right? You know, it's supposed to be a kids movie. Did it entertain kids? Well, the 2 kids I saw, I mean, they weren't really paying attention, but they certainly were enjoying themselves, you know? So you gotta ask yourself, Did they enjoy it? Was the plot anything new? No, it wasn't really anything new. It kind of, even with the 2-hour run slot, it still felt like it was going way too fast. Like, slow down. But, I don't know. There were also some musical issues that I found. Like, the songs were solid enough. Sia, actually, I did enjoy Sia's song. I saw a lot of people say they didn't. I enjoyed Sia's song personally, you know? But it felt like they were trying to meet a quota with songs, right? It felt like, alright guys, we need at least 12 songs. Alright, so we need to just force them in everywhere. There are just scenes where it's just like completely apparent that they're doing a song for the sake of doing a song, and that it's not even needed, like, at all. That it's to the point where this song did not need to be here. It was not important to the story. You could have gotten away without ever including it. Like, the thing is, we've had songs before on soundtracks from Hasbro for EQG that were never actually in the movie. And I guess it's just like a selling point for the soundtrack. But you don't need a... Like I got mad at that, but now I see, like, if they just forced all those songs into the movie, it would be way too cluttered with songs. And it kind of breaks the immersion too much. Like, you expect songs, and you can have songs in world and have it be fine, right? But when you start doing them back to back to back to back on every little issue, it starts to kind of take you out of it, you know? How did you like Pinkie Pie in the movie? I felt like her characterization is so hard to nail down. The characterization of Pinkie Pie is extremely difficult because of the character she is. She's just like Deadpool or any of the fourth wall breaking Lola So Random people. You run into an easy character that you can write badly. And with Pinkie, I felt like they did a pretty decent job on this. There were some moments where she was too much like Pinkie, if you know what I mean, without getting into details. But overall, I'd give Pinkie like a probably solid like 7 out of 10, I guess. I'm adding all these arbitrary numbers as I scoot further and further out of my seat here. Ignore that. I might as well stand up at this point. It won't let me move the chair. Why isn't it letting me move the chair? You guys can't see the behind the scenes movie magic. But if I stand up, I think I'm a little bit out of the mic range, so yeah. Oh well. Just ignore it. Oh god, I am completely out of the chair. I am floating 100% now. Oh well. But yeah, Pinkie was fine, I'd say. Alright, Darrow Harmon. I don't know why you're spamming going to timeout though. This movie is worth going to... You didn't finish that sentence. It is worth going to go see. I would say that... Oh, I'm frozen. There we go. I would say it is definitely worth going to go see. I'm actually wishing that I went on Friday, because I feel like I would have had a bigger crowd. Maybe I could have actually interacted with a few more... Oh, hang on. Maybe I could have interacted with a few more people or whatever. And yeah, but you know, it was fun. Oh, no, you guys can see that. Movie magic ruined. There you go. Is that better? You know what? I'm gonna say that's better. I don't know if it's actually better. But, yeah, it was decent. I feel like if you guys go, it's partly for the movie, right? But then it's also partly for the environment of being with other bronies, you know? And interacting with them. If you guys don't go to cons, if you don't go to all kinds of stuff like that, this is a good way to actually interact with the fandom. And this was the first time since Rainbow Rocks that I've actually gone to a place with other bronies that we're all there for the same thing, you know? It was kind of surreal to remember that, oh yeah, we're not just this online thing, that we exist in the quote unquote real world and stuff, and that we're here. Not playing the Blu-ray leak on. There were people who wanted me to do that. I fancy not going to jail, but that's just me. Sheldon, if you want to get into the call or whatever, you know, give me a ring. Actually, I'll just be in the general. So if you wanna hop in, go ahead. Let me put on my headphones though. There we go. Alright, so now I have my headphones on. Okay, well, actually, I think I messed it up here for a second. So I guess I can't use my headphones, maybe? I don't know what's going on. How are you doing? I'm doing great, dude. I am doing great. But, where is my camera? Where am I supposed to look? Director? Here? Okay. That's where I'm looking. Anyways, what was I saying? I forget what I was saying. Would you be a little bit more positive? Nothing that you're... Not that you're being negative, just, you know, what do you think were the good parts of the movie? Oh, there was plenty of good parts, like I said. Like, I'm giving the movie, like, a solid, probably 7 out of 10 after I really sit down and think about it and everything. I'd really say it is about a 7 out of 10. I feel like everything in it was pretty decent. You know, you have to go into it knowing what audience they're going for and expecting to see something that's like that. If they're going for, you know, bronies, then expect something that's a little bit more intricate and well written, but they're not. They're going for kids. And so you have to tailor your expectations for that. Not to say that kids' movies can't be good. Obviously, they can be good. But they don't have to, like, have the deepest meanings or anything. Kids do not care. The kids that were in the theater were just happy to see Pones on the screen. They were singing and jumping around and stomping their feet and whatever. And it was annoying for us, but the kids were having fun. And I didn't want to stop that because I was like, yo, this is their time to go out and have fun and stuff about a series that they enjoy. Like, let them have it. I just tuned them out pretty much. Hey, I got a donation from Sadistic Spirit. I feel they didn't use Applejack or Fluttershy at all. They kind of did. I don't know if I liked the characterization of Fluttershy all throughout this. It felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel right. And maybe it's because they just stuck with the normal trope of, yo, her only trait is that she's shy or something like that. Applejack seemed somewhat fine. There wasn't really anything for her to stand out. If you look at the breakdown of who had the most lines and stuff like that, you'll see that it was Twilight Sparkle who had the most lines, and then, you know, followed by everyone else. Actually, I can probably pull that up if I look real quick. I'm gonna go still for a second here. I know it's creepy, it's weird. Why am I still so still? But let me go ahead and try to pull it up. I think it's in spoilers here. Alright, there we go. Oops. Okay, so it goes, of the main 6, Princess Twilight had 116 lines of dialogue. Applejack had 37. Fluttershy had 24, so you're definitely not wrong. They are amongst the lowest word dialogue amount of all of them, you know. So that is definitely true. You are not wrong. The only person that's actually lower than them would be, or lower than Applejack, would be Spike. Okay, I'm sinking into my chair here, with 31 lines. Other than that, everyone else had almost half, well, not really half, but a significant portion less lines than Twilight. So of course they're not going to be utilized to their full potential just because of that. They're not giving any time to actually speak and whatnot. Why don't we change the subject and let's talk about some anime? Well, because it's movies during discussion, whatever. Hey, Moliminous, what is your opinion? Twilight and the princess constantly losing their magic. That is actually a growing trope. Now that you bring that up, T-Rek, you know, stole their magic. I guess Chrysalis is after their magic. Who else is after their magic, though? Did Discord steal their magic at one point? I can't remember, but there's at least it is starting to become a kind of cliched thing in this world. Like, oh, they're here to steal our magic again and again and again. You would think they would find some sort of way to stop that from happening. You know, anything really. Yes, Fluttershy had no lines. Well, she had the lowest of all the main 6 at 24, but she is supposed to be a shy character. Discord sorted it, yeah. Actually, second question. Well, you didn't pose your question. Personally, I just was happy that the movie was there. The graphics were different in a good way, and they used a safe storyline set with some minor adultish themes. Yeah, that's the thing. This is their first blockbuster thing. This is their first screen showing in a long time. So I guess it does make sense that they're not doing the most outlandish things ever, right? You know, they're doing some interesting stuff, but they're not going too crazy with it. And that is something that a lot of people do. They go the safe route because they're putting millions and millions of dollars into developing these movies. And they have to make their money back first and foremost. They can't go into the red. The graphics, at least art style wise, yeah, it was totally different. It was different than what I thought it was going to be. Like, up there. Nope. What? Yeah, there. What? This is so confusing. There. You know, it's like the art style is obviously different than the show art style that we're used to, right? But it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's something that you easily get used to. It actually kind of grows on you even in some instances. It's just that combined with the 3D, which is really weird. Twilight, you were going to sell us? Yeah. Harmony versus Flash, I don't know what that means. Is slavery officially canon? I think it's always been canon because Sombra had slaves. So yeah, I guess. Hey, MOP, slavery for kids. You know? How do you like the hippogriffs or sea ponies? I thought they were fine. I guess Silver Quill is a hippogriff. I know some people in the theater were saying that he's now canon or something. So I thought he was a griffin or something. I don't really watch him that much, but apparently his race just got canon. So that should be fun for him. I'm sure he's gonna make all kinds of jokes about that or whatever. I don't really. I think the only time I watch those other analysts and reviewers and stuff are for these big theatrical kind of releases or whatever. Oh, look at that. I'm T-posed. So I can fix this. Because it won't let me fix it on the fly anymore. I don't know why. Hang on, I'm gonna... There we go. There we go. Alright, anyways, where was I? Sup fam, sup Proyak. Was there anything in the movie that made it actually have an action in it? I mean, the only actual action we saw on the show was Twilight versus T-Rek. There was no... Oh, I'm frozen again, my bad. There was no, like, huge action scene, I guess. But there definitely were... As I scoot back here, there was definitely action-y scenes. Like, what Tempest's fight scenes, those were actually pretty good. I like the way they did those with her. Other stuff though, not so much. The Sonic Rainbooms were great visuals, but there was nothing really actiony. The pirates even don't really do anything actiony. With a lot of the fighting, when they do fight, it's a lot of cutaway stuff that you don't actually see anything really going on, and it's just, it's normal cartoony violence. They don't go too extreme. I'm sure that's for something to do with ratings or something. Have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Yes, I have. Slavery has been canon in a limited since. Yeah, sure. Is this spoiler free? Pretty much. I would say it's spoiler free. I haven't said anything that should give away anything that hasn't been given away in the trailer, and I'm not going to mention any game enders or anything like that. So you should be 100% safe if you're going to go see it, which is probably coming out in like actually 5 minutes because it's Friday, and that's probably when everyone is going to go see it. I'm slowly drifting. I'm drifting through my own scene here. And it's probably because I keep on shaking my legs like this. And so the model thinks I'm walking or whatever. What happened to Starlight anyway? Did they turn... Yeah, I mean, they showed her. They actually... Is this a spoiler to say that a character is not in it? Because I think we've all known that she's not in there from the intro, from the first thing. But she's in the movie, like you see her, but she has no dialogue, stuff like that. So it is interesting. I don't know if this movie is actually canon. I don't believe it is, because it doesn't make any sense. Because we see characters like Tree Hugger there, but Trixie is there and everyone else, but Starlight isn't Twilight's pupil, or at least it's never brought up, and she never goes on a mission, and they never bother to talk about her ever, and she has 0 words, and it feels like she would have been part of the planning or something like that. So I don't know what's going on there, honestly. I just don't. How hype are you for the MLP movie? Well, the thing about that is I kind of already seen it made. I went on the Thursday release, which is why I was so confused by people. I don't think many people actually knew we had a Thursday release in the States, because even Hasbro on their own Twitter were kind of saying like, oh, we'll be coming out on Friday, guys. That's when it's in theaters. And I'm like, I'm literally here in the theater watching it as you're tweeting that. So I think they just, I don't know, I guess it was just a special thing, because it wasn't even a midnight showing, it was just 2 showings, so 7 and 9. So I don't know. Let me get back here, make sure everything's covered. There we go. Did you like the movie? Like I said, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. I would honestly give it a solid 7 out of 10. Like I said, there's some faults, but when you take in consideration who it's meant to target, I feel like 7 out of 10 is an appropriate score. They did everything right, but they didn't do anything exceptional. There was nothing exceptional that I would say happened with the movie, but they did everything just about right. You know, this is classic, this is formula, this is textbook. So I think everything considered, it should be a 7. Someone's actually asking me to rate it at 1 out of 10. I just did. There's a little bit of a delay on the chat, so I think it's like 30 seconds or something like that. But yeah. I'm just slowly drifting here, apparently. Very slow. It's because I keep on bouncing my legs. Look, there we go. I can kind of bounce myself back into my seat. There we go. What else? Question, did you like their art style with the character? Like I said, the art style when I first saw the trailer was super jarring. I was like, this is an MOP. Like, what is this? What is this abomination? I can't understand. But it's actually very... I don't want to say it's like just good right off the bat, but it's definitely something that you can grow to like. It's got its own little unique charm to it or whatever. And I think that it's fine for what it is, you know. How are you? I'm doing great, man. Is the movie in Omniplex theaters? It's in the Irish countries. I don't know, sadly. I'm not Irish. I would just check your local listings. It should be there because it's a global release or something. I don't know if it's in Ireland yet. I know Russia or somewhere got it before us. So you guys might have actually already had it and it's still in theaters, or it's coming. So just be on the lookout for that. What was your reaction to the rainbow? I thought it was nicely illustrated. I did. Oh wow, they completely changed where I was. Alright, look. It is. There we go. I'm just gonna float here, guys. You can imagine the seat underneath me. What was your favorite song? Honestly, I thought Sia did a pretty good job, personally. Like, I felt like she did a fine job. So Sia was fine. Emily, actually, speaking of that, Tempest Storm's vocal delivery actually felt like it was better than all of the main six. I felt more entrapped by Tempest's voice, by her delivery, by the lines that she had, by her entire character concept, more than anyone else. And I don't think Emily Blunt is much of a VA, but she is sure as heck a pretty darn good actor, or actress, I guess. She is actually pretty... I loved her in Kill Die Repeat, and she killed it in this, given the material that she had to work with, and given the only roles that I know her of don't really fit this. She played the character perfectly well. She was phenomenal. She was probably, honestly, her and the Storm King were the best actors in that entire movie. They were great. They had great delivery. They had great voices. The way that they gave those characters lives were quite amazing. I honestly felt like that was just incredible. Just overall, the performance is something that you guys should look forward to. Did you hear Tempest's real name? Yeah, I did. Don't spoil it. Even that's kind of a spoiler to say what you said. But, oh, I'm sinking. Let me go ahead and just put this up here. Will that work? Let me know, guys, if that's fine. I'll just be here. Yeah, I'll just walk around and stuff. But, yeah, Tempest was actually probably my favorite actor of all of it. Tempest, the Storm King actually has way more... The Storm King is what I imagine Sombra could have been, like, level-wise of detail, if they actually bothered to give him any kind of personality or allow him to speak. They definitely did a great job on the Storm King. They did a great job on Tempest. Characterization overall was pretty good. Rarity was pretty fine. Everyone is actually doing pretty good. If you guys want me to see your messages now, by the way, make sure you do @Moliminous. That way they highlight. Because I'm standing up and it's hard to see the monitor at this angle. So just an FYI there.
Turn it on.
How do you guys like this, by the way? This took forever to set up, by the way. Like, to model, I didn't have to model it, but I had to go back into Blender, which is a 3D editing program, and redo a lot of this because it just doesn't work with the program that I'm using right now. Then I had to retexture, like, everything behind me, like, all of this, I had to completely retexture, but, how did that look, actually? I don't know. Obviously, I can't see behind me. Do I turn all the way around? It's kind of cool. But anyways, guys, that's probably enough, right? Let's see. What was the friendship message at the end? Well, I don't want to spoil that. There is nothing after the credits, so I will tell you that. There's just really nothing important, no spoiler for a new movie or anything like that. At least in my showing, there was nothing there. I don't know if anyone else has any other showings that did, but on my showing, nothing's after the credits, so you're free to leave the theater. The credits are extremely long, too. As you would expect with any kind of animated movie. Did movie disappoint you? No, it didn't disappoint me. What disappointed me was the lack of people who were there. I was expecting a bigger turnout, but it turns out not a lot of people knew that you could go there on Thursday. And so, I guess it's understandable. And I didn't take the opportunity to actually hang out with the people that were at the theater. So, here's my advice for you guys. If you guys are going, take a leap and just kind of... Oh, the camera. I'm kind of cut off here. Take a leap and just kind of hang out with people. You know, try to get a little bit out of your shell and whatnot. And if you do that, you're gonna have such a better time. I guarantee it. I guarantee you'll have such a great time if you just do that. There we go. So it's a little bit better now. Question, was the new animation clashing with the voicing and the familiar characters? I wouldn't say it clashed. Like I said, it kind of warmed on you. You kind of grew to like it. You kind of started to even enjoy it, really. But, you know, like I said, the voice acting was solid. The characterization was solid. But it does seem a little bit weird that the new people, the Storm King and Tempest, were actually the best actors in it. They're not even the seasoned voice actors. They are seasoned actors, I believe, but they weren't seasoned voice actors. And they were outshining them. Not to say that they were all bad or anyone was bad particularly, but, you know, it's just kind of weird. That's off screen. That is the wrong direction. Whatever. Nice face reveal. Thank you. I have this nifty mask. No one cared who I was before I put on the mask. Anyways, I'll go ahead and answer up the last few questions here as well. Sheldon said it was as good as season 1 and 2 of Inland. That's hard. It's hard to say, entertainment-wise. I guess it depends on how well you also valued season 1 and 2, etc. So that's a huge thing there. How much did he like it, you know? Versus how much did I personally personally like it. It's a little, this motto is still a little bit work in progress like these, yeah. But you know. It's a lot of work. Did the movie feel like another episode to you? No, it felt like a movie. It felt like a movie. Definitely felt like a movie. Definitely enjoyed it. That's probably all I can say without spoiling too much, you know. It didn't feel like an episode, but it did feel like a movie. Episodes actually are way more rushed than this, and while it was still rushed, it wasn't really that bad, you know. It wasn't as rushed as like most of the endings of season 7, which are just completely rushed at this point. Like, let's be honest. Alright, well, I think that's gonna do it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this nifty little thing and this quick little test that I did as well. No, I don't think the movie will flop. I think it will do fine. A few callbacks, like standard Fluttershy saying gay and stuff. Other than that, not really. Hey, thank you, Royal Cookie. I appreciate it. Alright, guys, I'll see you. Have fun at the movies if you're going tonight. Don't drink and drive if you're even old enough to. And yeah, be excellent to one another, guys. See you in the next one.